Good early AM, 11:60, actually late AM. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future. Did you bite? OG. So guys, there's a few things I want to talk about as the market starts to roll down like we talked about earlier. I told you guys Theta. It forced me out when it showed that resistance at 485. I'm very disappointed about that, but I held through the 477 last night, rode it back up to 485. But when it's showing that as resistance and the market cap was coming down, I hinted at it this morning that I'd be out. But Theta's down to 469 now, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. There was no way you can hold it through that little fall because that 477 was key support. Once it falls through there, now we're looking at that 450 reload zone. And I'm perfectly fine with 455 because if it pulls down there and holds, that's a perfect spot to get in, and you very well could have a market pull up from $4.30 after a nice drop off, or maybe $4.30. It's either 430 or 455, but if you were in and got out, I would definitely get back in because that's the accumulation zone at 455 now that it came through 477. So we're going to see how this plays out. But that's why I came on this morning. I told you guys my thinking. I told you guys it looks like we were being rejected on everything in the 30-minute time frame. I highlighted Bitcoin, how it got rejected there, and it was likely going to come down. I think now we're going to come down maybe to 45,564. 46,276 is that point I told you earlier. If we break that, it's going to be very tough. We're already making a nice rounding down, so we're going to see what happens. But I'm looking for the accumulation zone on Theta at $4.55 or possibly $4.30 to be a huge respot, because this is going to be a buy zone, a huge accumulation zone right here. So it did this. And if it came down here, I'd be more than happy to jump back on board if it held that, because then you could get the rollout for what we were expecting, at least from 455. It also gives us a nice trade setup from 455. And then to come back up and retest this 30-minute time frame, that's 7%. Now, if it comes all the way down here, it's a 13% move all the way up to the 30-minute time frame. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. And it's a reason why I came on this morning and told you guys be very careful with Theta, because it was at that point. And that's why I pointed out the 30-minute time frame. Go watch the update this morning. It was right at $4.85, 484. That's right where I sold out. And it proved me right. You know, you're talking, yeah, I lost like $85 cumulatively from the in and out fees. I was actually up 7 or 8 cents a share, but when you take it away with the fees and everything, I was down about 70 overall. So I'm happy with what happened. I played the technicals. The technicals gave up, and I sold. And I did it exactly how I wanted to. I didn't sell it at first when it hit 477. It had to rebound up to 486 roughly. Sold it on that rebound, and now I've watched it come down some 20 cents in the last hour or two. So that's the importance of knowing the technicals. I try to keep you guys updated. It's also the importance of being part of Tom's Army. So you can talk to me on Telegram, understand the position updates. So right now what I want to do, and we're going to go over XRP and XLM, but I wanted to do, because a lot of people ask me about what are people talking about for price predictions. So first, let's go into XLM Stellar Lumens. So Coin Bureau's prediction for Stellar Lumens XLM in 2022, and this came out December 30th. Popto Crypto Commentary and Market Analysis show Coin Bureau has issued a prediction for the price of cryptocurrency Stellar Lumens XLM in 2022. Coin Bureau's host Guy told blah blah blah. Who cares? But yes, it did underperform. I don't really care about his YouTube. I just like to see what some of these predictions are. So Guy believes that the Sell Pressure Stellar Development Foundation, SDF, is mainly responsible for the lackluster price performance. According to the show's host, SDF, a non-profit organization dedicated to developing and growing the Stellar network, has only received $3 million since its inception, forcing the foundation to sell XLM as a way to raise funds. This is a beautiful thing, though, guys. They're paying for their business expenses through their own sale, not by raising money, not through ICOs. So while Guy applauded SDF for its transparency listing XLM sales on the mandate page, he noted that the foundation sold 3 billion XLM in 2021. What's more is that a paragraph at the end of the mandate notes, as we said, when we first announced this framework in November 2019, we intend to use or disperse most of these lumens within 10 years, ideally sooner. In other words, the sell pressure isn't going to stop anytime soon. And guys, with this case going on, the SEC lawsuit, XLM is just as much on trial as XRP. You just don't hear it. Just remember that. Excuse me. Guy highlighted the lack of demand in conjunction with the SDF selling pressure as a major hurdle for Stellar's price, He claimed that institutional investors were shying away from XLM due to the similarities to XRP, which the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission alleges is a non-registered security, and they're both on trial just as much. Despite painting doom and gloom for Stellar, Guy noted that SDF could leverage its 2018 partnership with MoneyGram, leading to the potential for a pretty bullish picture for XLM in 2022. Coin Bureau's host predicted XLM could retest early 2018 price highs in the event that the partnership pans out. So I think it's more likely that you'd retest those highs if this case has a resolution within April, May, June timeframe. But as you can see across the board, Bitcoin's down to 46,419, below the key level, is down 2.9% today. Ethereum's down 2.28% to 3752. EOS is down 2.77% to 316. We cover that a lot. XRP is down to 83 cents, down 3.64%. XMR down 7.38%, and ZEC is down 2.94% to 149.02. So that's what I wanted to see on XLM, just what the overall thoughts were, which I agree and disagree. Ripple's XRP price prediction for 2022. 2021 was a particularly bullish year for Ripple's XRP in the broader crypto market. A number of crypto majors, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, struck new all-time highs late in the year. Increased adoption and greater market awareness of NFTs, the metaverse, and Web 3.0 drove the market cap from a January year low, $736 billion, to a November year high of $3,009 billion, which is $3 trillion. The total market cap stood at $2.380 trillion at the time of writing. Demand for altcoins were also on the rise, with Bitcoin's dominance taking a hit. So Bitcoin dominance stood at 73.63% in January before sliding to a year low of 39.56%. The all-time low for Bitcoin dominance, I believe, is at 36%. So we're approaching that all-time low. Bitcoin dominance stood at 40.1% at the time of writing. It was at about 39.86%. According to CoinMarketCap, XRP is the seventh largest crypto with a market cap of $43.77 billion. It's actually number 8. XRP had sat at the number 3 spot for a significant period of time before losing ground. The fall from the number 3 spot came in spite of XRP surging 319% in the year. All others, and that was a great run. I was part of that. Really, what did we make? About $15,000 on XRP last year in profit. Others have simply done better, with the SEC lawsuit against Ripple Lab pinning XRP back from larger gains. BNB now ranks 3rd by market cap, is up 1,356% for the year, with Cardano 6th, up 691%, and Solana was up to 5th, and it had 12,764% gain for the year of 2021. XRP moves in 2021. In January, XRP was at 78.72 to a January 21 low of 21.08. So look at where we fell last year, guys. In January 2021, we fell to the low of 21 cents. So are we going to have something similar to that this January before we start to have a major uptick? So finding support from broader market, XRP struck a 2021 year high at $1.96660 in April before sliding back to 50-cent levels. The SEC lawsuit against Ripple Lab led to the sell-off late in the year. However, hope of a favorable settlement with the SEC saw XRP test resistance of $1. The SEC action against Ripple Labs and 2 executives alleges that over $1.3 billion was raised through an unregistered ongoing digital asset security offering. Key to the claim is that the SEC classified XRP as a security. This was in contrast to Ethereum. In June, the SEC had stated that Ethereum offers and sales are not security transactions. The announcement supported an Ethereum run to an all-time high at 4,868 in November. XRP's market cap now sitting at $43.77 billion, had recovered from a January low of $10.78 billion to reach a year high of $83.51 billion, so it's off about 47%. Before falling back, what's next for Ripple XRP in 2022? The markets are bullish for the year ahead. Much, however, will depend upon the outcome of 2 lawsuits. A claim of bias against the SEC filed by Empower Oversight, a nonprofit government watchdog, will be key. Empower Oversight claims that SEC officials were biased against Ripple Lab and XRP. A verdict in favor of Empower Oversight would give the SEC more reason to close out the claim against Ripple Lab, which should favor XRP. Such an outcome to the claim could see XRP break out from its January 2018 all-time highs 335. Some are talking of hitting $5 levels in the year. An unfavorable outcome, however, would have a devastating impact on XRP and XRP holders. While torn, the markets have been more optimistic than earlier in the year. Aside from the outcomes of the 2 lawsuits, broader crypto market movements will also influence. However, a bearish year for the crypto markets could see XRP fall back to 50-cent levels. The downside risk to broader crypto market remains greater with regulatory oversight. So those are 2 fascinating things to read, mostly for XRP, a little bit on XLM. So as you can see, the markets are starting to tank here a little bit. XRP's down under 83 cents. We're heading towards that support of 81 cents as we talked about this morning would be a likely spot. I want to put it down to this double bottom at about 803 because I think that's real support in this area right now. So if we fall through 803, we're going to 75 cents. If we can hold the 803, it could show a broader market that we might have some kind of rally. But to me, I don't think we're going to do this. I think it's more likely XRP could do this and then bounce here, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. So that's what I would be expecting if we're going to get any kind of bounce. I think this is a very bad sign. I think XRP being below the 30-minute time frame, as Bitcoin is devastating because it got rejected this morning. I came on right at the rejection point, and I said, guys, we're looking at a comeback down to 46,276, and if we can't hold that, we're coming back to 45,564. And I kept it very simple this morning, but this also looks like now, if this has failed, you could have a hook around that could have untold consequences. So there's a lot of stuff going on this morning. If you do XRP compared to XLM, according to XLM's price, XRP should be about 86 cents right now. So if you're looking at the better value, XRP is the better value on this next flip. XLM is coming down back towards the 30-minute time frame. Still extremely bullish if it can hold this area to finish this cup to 307, but I think it's got to retrace about 28.1 on this drop. We came through two short-term moving averages, which leads me to believe we're going to come back to 200-day in the 30-minute time frame. And since we did have a little bit of positive momentum, we can move this up just a tiny bit to 28.1. So I believe that's our support area right now, 28.1. I think the 30-minute time frame, unless it falls through that, is going to show to be a very big area for XLM. If it can hold this, we're going to have a very nice bounce back up. And if we bounce off of 28.1, we should be able to add another roughly 8.4% to your gains already. So you might have to sit back for a small couple percent drop here. I mean, if you didn't sell at 29.7 when we talked earlier, I mean, that's on you because now you're going to have to hold it. But if you would have sold where we were at, that would have saved you 2.5%. But the whole point of coming on was that you can reposition if you want. But if it holds at a 3.76% after the gains you've already had, wouldn't be worth a sale. It's just if it falls through that, then you can be looking at a 10 to 15% immediate drop. It's all going to depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can't hold 46,276, you already know it's an overall sell in the market because it's going to go down to 45,564, and that's going to initiate a 3 to 10% drop across the board, just depending on your individual cryptos. XDC's back under that 10 handle. We talked about how it needs to hold that blue line. It's falling through, and now the next logical spot for it to stop is that I don't even think it's going to be 9.7, to be honest with you. I think it's going to have to come all the way back down to 9.698. Wow, what a big difference. To the 30-minute time frame of the 200-day, if it breaks at 8.8 and then a swift drop back to 8.3 support area where it had that consolidation before a fake breakout, if it were to come back down. And then DGB is the last one I wanted to touch on. It was going so good until just now. Told you, TradingView, for whatever reason, is having its own problems this morning. I thought we were going to get through this whole update without any issues. We're just locked. We're locked. So, but DGB, we already know where we're at. We're at 3.359. We've got a support at 3.1. If we break 3.35 or the 3.5 area, we could have went up to about 4 cents. But there's just not a lot of support here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have to close this out and see if we can get this to restart. But TradingView is it's having some bad. And gold, while we're up here, gold broke the 1800 handle, so that's very bad. That's very bearish. We came under the 30-minute time way in a big way, and gold could come all the way back to 1757 and further if this doesn't hold. We're looking at silver in the same light. It came through the 200-day and the 30-minute time frame, got rejected this morning. So if this falls back through, you're looking at a retrace to 2143 in silver. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's definitely possible. Fortuna Silver Mines looks like it's building a head and shoulders. If it comes back down through the 377 30-minute time frame, it's going to come back down to 313 and maybe even a double bottom at about $2.80 or $2.93. So we're going to be watching this very closely. I just wanted to give you an overall commodities real quick. And then, since everything else loaded up, DGB, maybe it'll load up this time. DGB is just trapped. I don't know why. There we go. So that's what we were thinking if DGB could break the 30-minute time frame, but it did not. So we talked about how if it got rejected by that, we're coming back to 3176 because we haven't fulfilled it. But now because of this tight consolidation we've had, I mean, the logical drop would be down here if it does break down and go bearish. So 2561 if 3176 doesn't hold. If somehow we can break past the 200-day and 30-minute time frame at about 34, get on top of 3562, we can finish a logical cup and handle here and then likely pour back out. But with the way it's going, I mean, we just don't have the volume, guys. And to get into something now, yesterday, yes, we were looking more bullish. We got some gains. Today, though, I mean, we reversed back through them. We got to see how this works out in the 200-day and the 30-minute time frame. Stay blessed, everybody, and make sure to hit that like button.